boys and girls, and welcome to the Crafty Corner. My name is Miss Lisa, and I have a craft for you today. Gnomes are pretty popular right now. A lot of people are decorating with gnomes, and so I thought it would be fun to make ourselves a little gnome. So this is what it will sort of look like when it's done, but of course you can decorate it and do it your way. But when you come get a packet, you are going to get some construction paper and a sunflower. It would be a good idea to have a straight edge or a ruler, and you really need a white crayon or some chalk, something white sort of to make his beard. I do suppose maybe you could even use cotton balls if you wanted to. That would be something different, but I was just making my gnome's hair straight and long and sort of scraggly. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get my packet is I'm going to go ahead and cut out my sunflower. Now it doesn't have to be real exact, but you do want the edges to be up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm just sort of taking my scissors and I'm not following the sunflower exactly, but I don't want that white edge to show. So since he's sort of an autumn harvest gnome, I thought sunflowers are really in the harvest time, and I actually have a couple blooming in my garden right now. So why not have a sunflower on his hat? All right, so now my sunflower is cut out, and we're going to sort of in our heads, we sort of have to imagine what we're doing. So we have our hat and we have our gnome, and we're going to be gluing these things together, and that's going to go on the hat. So if our hat is going to be triangular or sort of a lopsided hat, gnomes wear different types of hats. In our book right here, this guy, he has just a total triangle hat. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to make a triangle. That's sort of, but you know what? Sometimes even drawing a triangle doesn't work real well. The best way to get a triangle to be exactly the same on both sides is to go ahead and sort of roll your paper over. Don't crease it, because you really don't want to crease there. But then you can just take your scissors and very carefully just go up your paper. Ta-da! And then you have a perfect triangle. So that's going to be my hat for today, and then we're going to glue that decoration on there. Since it's just paper, paper to paper, glue stick works the best. So we're going to put our little sunflower decoration right there. And then if you wanted to do other things to your hat, like I had made some, like just some circles to give his hat some more decoration. Just make these little circles all over the place. And that sort of decorates his hat a little bit more. You could do lines, you could do triangles, you could do squigglies, whatever you want to do. But I'll just show you how it sort of stands out a little bit more if you decorate the red a little bit more. All right, so now his face is not going to be as wide as his hat. So you're going to take and go in on a little bit and see where I'm at here. And I'm just going to want to trim this off. That's about 1/2 inch. And let's see if that works. That's pretty good. Now his face is not also going to be as long as the paper. So we're going to cut off about 1 inch from the paper there. And so that works really well. Now, gnomes are famous for having great big noses. And so I've got some yellow sort of to match the sunflower. And I'm making a rectangle. With rectangles and squares, squares help make a nice perfect circle, but rectangles help make a really nice oval. If you just trim those corners off and round the edges a little bit, there is a great big oval. So his nose is going to be a nice big one. And you can stick it up under the hat just a little bit because his eyes are up underneath there, because that's the way they portray most gnomes. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the nose right there to the top of the black. Then I'm going to turn my hat over and give this a nice swath of glue. And glue that there so that nose is hiding up under the hat. Now what's the only thing that's left to do for this funky little gnome is his hair, is his beard. And so you could glue a bunch of cotton, but I think then it might look too much like Santa. So I'm going to take my straight edge, I'm going to take my white crayon, or you could have chalk or even paint if you had a steady enough arm to paint that on here. But I'm just going to take this and draw straight edges straight on down. I could make them all wiggly and scraggly if I wanted to, but I think my gnome has brushed his hair today, so it's looking nice and straight. So we're just going to finish him off by doing this. Just a little simple craft, little cute little gnome for the harvest. And okay, I still have another line or two to go. There we go. And that's it. We don't even have to worry about eyes or anything. That's our gnome with a big, big nose. All right, boys and girls, come get your packets. Come make a gnome. We've got plenty of books about gnomes at the library. Thank you so much for watching the Crafty Corner. My name is Miss Lisa, and I'll see you again next week for another craft. Bye now.